Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use super dragons here at Townhall 17 to 3-star any base. So if you've not already heard about my giveaway, I currently have a gold pass giveaway going on for each video that I am uploading. This is the 4th day that we have this going. We have one more day after this. All you have to do is like, comment and subscribe to be entered. So good luck and let's jump over and break down this strategy. So here is the army composition we're going to be taking a look at today. Of course, we're bringing in those 6 super dragons. They are going to make up the core of our army. Rather than the royal champion though, we are going to be bringing in that minion prince. He is going to be coming in with those all new pants. And yeah, let's jump in and take a look. First things first, what we're going to want to do more often than not is set up some kind of funnel. You basically treat super dragons how you would treat regular dragons. You're always looking to try and funnel them in one way or another, and a great method to do that is the flame flinger. I really am enjoying flame flinger attacks because it makes funneling super easy. Now of course we're going to use that giant first of all. That's going to be coming in there to test for any of those Teslas, in case there's any Teslas that do pop up or any skeleton traps, anything like that. We are going to be checking with that giant. Couple of archers just to help with the funneling in behind, and then we're going to have a baby dragon just clearing out 1 or 2 buildings from this top section of the base. We're going to let that flame flinger do its thing, and then we're going to be bringing in the queen with that giant arrow. She does have the healer puppet on her as well. King's going to be coming in, earthquake boots and spiky ball. King going to be coming in with the double tome. So we're going to use the king and queen together and the grand warden and minion prince together. Again, just letting the flame flinger do its thing. You don't really need to worry too much about time when it comes to this strategy, and that is because the super dragons themselves, very much like E-dragons, are incredibly fast. But you'll see right here, Yappy was a little bit too quick for me, but he did go ahead, and we're trying to line up that queen's ability so she can go ahead and shoot through the core of the base. Typically we're trying to take down sweepers, spell towers, air defenses, anything like that. In this particular one, we are able to take down an air defense, a couple of other buildings there in the core, and we set up that funnel up here at that top section. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and get that king coming in. He of course is going to tank for that queen a little bit. We do have the skeleton spell as well. The skeleton spell, yeah, it's a pretty underrated thing, but actually is really helpful for tanking when it comes to like heavy hitting single target defenses like the Expo, the Monolith, single target Infernos, things like that. So keep an eye on the skeleton spells. Typically you're going to want to use them to tank those heavy defenses. We do of course have an overgrowth spell as well. Keep an eye out for that. But continuing to push on through, on this particular example we're going straight into that town hall and we're going to be crushing it. King with his ability popping off over on that right hand side of the base, queen coming in behind, and there is the overgrowth spell. In this particular one we are using it to help with the funneling. We didn't want our troops to split up too much in the core. Super dragons are very effective if grouped together under rage spells and things like that. So of course we're looking to try and maximize the value. Minion Prince's ability going to get popped off here on the back end. That's going to help us get through the monolith, couple of back end air defenses. We're going to see another super dragon as well as a group of balloons flying out of that flame flinger. They are going to help us to get through some of these back end defenses, but we have so much still to swag. We have 2 free spells, we have an invisibility spell as well, all coming down just for a little bit of trolling action because we can. This strategy is pretty easy to execute and it's incredibly strong. As always, the link for this will be down in the description if you would like to pick it up. Alright, moving on to that second example, we have this pixel style layout, which honestly I feel like I hardly ever see anyone use this. Of course it was free, but not that many people actually use it, so it's quite refreshing to see it being used. But regardless, let's not talk about the scenery, let's talk about the attack. So starting off again, we're coming in with that flame flinger, testing the waters with a couple of troops. We actually had the barbarian just testing for any of those traps or Teslas. Coming in from this right hand side of the base, we do need to be careful that nothing is able to outrange it, but it looks like we are safe over here with that flame flinger. Again, using it to create that funnel. Typically, you are of course going to use that king and queen in combination together. Looks like they are potentially going to be coming down from this bottom section of the base. Keep an eye out for the queen's ability, because of course we have that giant arrow and we're looking, like I said, to take down things like spell towers, air sweepers, air defenses, anything like that that could do or cause issues for our super dragons. But we're just going to let this flame flinger do its job over here on that right hand side of the base. Again, time doesn't really need to be too much of a concern because we know that we're going to be able to get that value we are looking for. In comes that skeleton spell, and there is the giant arrow shooting all the way through the core of this base, taking down both of those air sweepers. But unfortunately for us, oh, that queen nearly goes down, so we're going to use that invisibility spell just as a little bit support, allowing those healers to bring them back up. We're going to see the king unfortunately going down to that single target inferno. You guys can see skeleton spell did unfortunately come in just a little bit too late, so even with losing our king early on this one, we're still going to be able to crush through and hopefully get some very nice value. All of our super dragons are going to be coming in to that kind of channel that we have created, with the funnel of course coming from either side. Another super dragon going to be coming out of that flame flinger, joining up. And of course, we're going to use that Eternal Tome ability alongside the Healing Tome when we notice our Super Dragons do start to get pretty low on HP. That Healing Tome, there's no point in using it really early because it's not going to have any effect. Typically, you're going to want to try and maximize the efficiency from it. We have another Rage Spell, which is actually going to be coming in here to help protect our Queen through this single target Inferno. It's got kind of a mini Queen charge going off on this left-hand side. That's helping to keep all of these Super Dragons nice and bunched up together. The Minion Prince's ability doing a beautiful job kind of freezing up all these back end defenses, allowing these super dragons to push through the heavy hitting defenses like the Monolith, like the Inferno Towers, like the Scatter Shots, things like that. This one, even with losing that king pretty early on, yeah, you guys can see it's going to be another beautiful 3-star. Somehow, even with that queen getting sniped off at the start by that single target Inferno, we're still going to make it through to the back end, and this one does finish up another beautiful 3-star. So moving on to the third and final example, we have our boy Yapu Boy coming on through. He did say he very much enjoyed doing this strategy, says it's super strong. He is definitely one for experimenting, so expect some pretty unexpected strategies in the future for him. We've already got a couple of very exciting things lined up, so big shout out to Yappy Boy. But here we go. Flame Flinger going to be coming in from that right hand side of the base, again testing with that giant, also tanking with that giant against the archer tower. A couple of balloons going to be flying on through. Those are just to help take down that mortar, because of course the mortar would be able to outrange the flame flinger and potentially take it down before it's able to do its job. Keeping an eye out for that queen, which hopefully will be coming in soon. Looks like she's going to be coming from this top section of the base. Again, you want to try and identify where the sweepers are, if there's any invisibility spell towers, anything like that. Unfortunately, we don't quite get the value we're looking for there, but regardless, we're going to drop down that skeleton spell. In comes that queen's ability, maybe not quite catching as many buildings or defenses as we were looking for, but still starting to create that funnel. Flame Flinger done a beautiful job over here on that right hand side of the base, just letting this king and queen do their job up to this 12 o'clock section, using that king's ability to open up these wall sections, get them into that monolith and take it down before it can take them down. In comes the Eternal Tome ability alongside that Healing Tome. That is going to help these troops push right on through. Using this Overgrowth spell down to the bottom right hand side of the base, that's just going to keep these troops aligned and funneled through into the place we want them to be, which is of course the core of the base. When it comes to pets, you guys can see the pets we have on each one of our heroes. We have the Frosty, the Unicorn, the Owl, as well as the Phoenix, it looks like, on the... Is it the Phoenix on the Minion Prince? Yes, it is, and he is going to be coming back alive right there. Super Dragon going to come out of that Flame Flinger just to help speed along process on the back end. Remember, don't forget to use your spells. You have those rage spells, you have those free spells, the invisibility spells. Use them to protect your heroes, to protect your Super Dragons, to protect your balloons, whatever it is. Don't forget to use your spells, because the worst thing you want to do is have spells left over but no troops to use them on. So you'll see this one does end up being a little bit closer than we were potentially looking for, but we have all of that spell support, so we're able to freeze things up, use that rage spell. That's going to get us through this bottom section of the base, and there's only then one air defense really left that could do any damage. We have the freeze spells though to help protect us, as well as the queen, which of course can tidy up the rest of this base herself. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to enter that giveaway I spoke about, don't forget to like, comment, and of course, all importantly, subscribe to us here at the Barracks. We are pushing for that 500 subscriber mark, and it would be absolutely amazing if you guys could help us get there. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these triples, and I hope you guys are able to bring in some 3 stars in Legends League.